This video is brought to you by Shopify. The EuroBasket 2025 is over, and it was probably the most unpredictable FIBA tournament we've ever seen. In this video, I'll go through the most memorable games, crazy upsets, and moments we'll remember for a long time.
Look out! Martin! You knew that was coming!
Starting with the group stage. 24 teams, 4 groups of 6 fighting for the 16 knockout spots. It was only supposed to set the table, but as always in these tournaments, it turned into pure chaos. It all started on opening night in Riga, where Turkiye immediately set the tone. Facing host nation Latvia and their biggest star Kristaps Porzingis, Alperen Şengün just dominated and left Porzingis with just 10 points and a deflating loss. Over in Cyprus, Giannis Antetokounmpo opened his tournament with a statement. 31 points in a crucial win over Italy. Against the Italian switchy defense, Giannis simply powered through, setting the tone for Greece's entire campaign. In Katowice, the drama hit right away. Slovenia, relying almost entirely on Luka Doncic, found themselves in a dogfight with the hosts Poland. Luka did everything he could, scoring 34, but Poland's naturalized guard Jordan Lloyd answered with 32, opening the tournament with a W on their home soil. The first huge shock of the tournament came from Spain. The reigning champions, a team that always seemed to find a way no matter the roster turnover, were stunned by Georgia.
Baldwin pulling up the three. Oh! How about the icing on the cake? And what a win that is for Georgia!
It was Georgia's first ever win over Spain in any major competition, and it instantly changed the complexion of Group C. Suddenly, Spain had complicated their position from the get-go. As the games rolled on, the star power delivered. Lauri Markkanen went crazy against Great Britain, dropping 43 points in just 23 minutes. Finland actually ended up cruising through the first 3 games in Group B, as Markkanen looked like one of the most unstoppable scorers in the world, averaging 32 points and 7 rebounds. At the same time, Serbia had a roller coaster start in Group A. After an easy opening win versus Estonia, in just the second group game versus Portugal, Bogdan Bogdanovic went down with a torn hamstring. This was a huge blow given his role as Jokic's perimeter co-star. Jokic responded the only way he knew how, by taking over against Latvia. He put up a career-high 39 points, completely dismantling every coverage thrown at him. Germany, the defending world champions, looked every bit the part. Dennis Schroder and Franz Wagner combined for 50 to shred Lithuania by 19 points in what was supposed to be one of the toughest group games. Actually, Germany's dominance was so complete that they ended group play 5-0 with average margin of victory of 32.8. One of the most dominant first rounds we've ever seen at the EuroBasket. They even had the largest point differential in a EuroBasket game in the 21st century when they beat Great Britain by 63, 120 to 57. Meanwhile, Lithuania's problems only got worse in the next game against Finland when Rokas Jokubaitis went down with an injury, leaving them without their primary ball handler for the rest of the tournament. The positive side was that they still won and managed to set the blueprint on how to slow down Lauri Markkanen. Germany, by the way, used those similar tactics and also kept Markkanen below his averages in their matchup and took the win to secure the first seed. Now, if you don't want to operate below your potential, hear me out, get to know today's partner, Shopify. Shopify serves as an all-in-one toolset for aspiring entrepreneurs, giving them the resources to turn their ideas into successful businesses. For example, our BasketNews merch is being sold all across Europe, and it's all thanks to Shopify. We were actual newbies when it came to e-commerce, and believe me, it was surprisingly easy to make the shop feel our own. We customized our own merch shop design, added our products, and wrote engaging SEO-friendly product descriptions with Shopify Magic. Plus, Shopify has their own built-in AI called Sidekick, which helped us identify what products were performing best and which we could present better. If you have a business idea, stop visualizing it and start taking action with Shopify. You'll see how easy it is and thank me later. Start your trial by visiting the link below, shopify.com/basketnews. It's all gonna be left in the description and the pinned comment, and now let's get back to the video. Of course, the drama never stopped.
It's on and popping. 2-0 in the group.
France 2-0, 30 points. Oh well, I don't think the Slovenian fans appreciated that.
First, France edged Slovenia despite Luka Doncic nearly posting a triple-double with 39 points. Actually, later, Luka managed to record only the 5th ever triple-double in the tournament's history. It did come against Belgium, which made it a tiny bit less impressive, but nonetheless, you could see that skinny Luka was different. Then, the group favorite France was stunned by Israel, led by Deni Avdija. He went for 23 points, Israeli defense was impeccable, and they celebrated one of their greatest wins in international basketball. It was becoming clear this French team lacked offensive flow and a clear leader to take over when it actually mattered. Bosnia and Herzegovina also made history. First, Jusuf Nurkic led Bosnia managed to beat Greece that had Giannis sitting out. Again, an upset that stirred up the standing situation. Then in the final group do-or-die game, they won versus Georgia, which let them see their first knockout berth since 1993. For a team that had lost their main perimeter star in Canan Musa just before the tournament, this was a huge breakthrough. The biggest clash of stars was the game for first place in Group A. Turkiye's Alperen Şengün and Serbia's Nikola Jokic went head-to-head in the most entertaining duel of the first round. Şengün was attacking Jokic from the outside, Jokic responded with dominance inside, but Turkiye came away with a 95-90 statement win. It was a clear signal that this Turkish team wasn't messing around and had gold medals in their sights, while in Serbia, alarm bells started ringing. Slovenia and Israel also delivered in a game that had a lot on the line for Group D. Luka and Deni went shot for shot in a thriller, with Doncic finishing with 37 and Avdija answering with 34. In the end, Slovenia won the game, which meant they advanced as the 3rd seed, while Israel was 4th. And then came the Group C stage finale between Greece and Spain. If Spain won, they would advance as the 2nd seed and push Greece all the way to the 4th. When it mattered, Giannis Antetokounmpo played one of his best all-around games in the national team jersey, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists. Greece was hitting threes at a crazy rate and eliminated Spain from the tournament. The defending champions out before the knockouts. That's some crazy stuff. When the dust settled, these were the group stage results. Germany was the juggernaut, Serbia and Turkey still looked like one of the favorites with Jokic and Şengün dominating, Greece was looking promising with unstoppable Giannis and great shooting. Teams like France, Italy, Latvia, Slovenia and Lithuania were raising some doubts, while Poland, Israel, Georgia and Finland looked like they had Cinderella story potential. And that's where we get to the knockouts. If the group stages were crazy, the knockouts were complete insanity. The round of 16 was fireworks right away. Finland shocked Serbia in one of the biggest upsets of the century.
And Markkanen rebounds it. And Finland are going to do it. Finland have shocked Serbia. Here in the Arena Riga. They have done it. Their greatest moment.
Jokic had 33, but the Finns simply outworked them, grabbing 20 offensive rebounds and getting clutch buckets from guys like Valtonen and 18-year-old Mika Murinen, who buried 2 late threes. If you want to see a full breakdown video of this young breakout star of the tournament, I'll leave it on the end screen. For Serbia, it was deja vu, unexpectedly out in the round of 16 for the 2nd EuroBasket in a row. Meanwhile, Lithuania ended Latvia's home court dreams despite a monster 34-19 game from Porzingis. In front of a packed crowd, Arnas Velička turned into a mythical basketball player, Lithuanian Alex Caruso, scoring and creating all night to push Lithuania through. Germany had their own scare against Portugal, trailing after 3 quarters, missing 22 threes in a row before finally flipping the switch and winning by 27. Turkiye also nearly stumbled as Sweden tied the game in the final minutes, but Şengün's and Osman's clutch points closed the game. Elsewhere, we saw some crazy individual performances from the winning teams. Poland took out Bosnia in a physical grind with Jordan Lloyd's 28 points and Mateusz Panitka's all-around game. Greece took care of Israel as Giannis went for 37 points and 10 rebounds, absolutely dominating inside. Luka dragged Slovenia past Italy with 42, nearly blowing a 19-point lead, but sealing it with clutch free throws. And then came another stunner. France were bounced by Georgia. Tornika Shengelia and Kamar Baldwin carried Georgians in the 4th quarter, while France kept breaking threes, and just like that, another giant was gone. Kudos to Georgia for all these upsets they delivered. Then in the quarterfinals, we didn't see any more shockers, but we saw high-level drama and some X factors taking over the spotlight. First, Turkiye rolled over Poland behind Şengün's triple-double. He actually became the youngest in EuroBasket history to do so, only the 6th player to do it overall, keeping their unbeaten run alive. The same night, Greece took out Lithuania with Giannis pouring in 29 points, while his brother Kostas blocked 4 shots in just the first half, and other role players hit daggered threes. Finland's Cinderella run kept going as well, as Jantunen scored more than Markkanen, while other Finns just kept splashing threes against Georgia. The last ticket went to Germany. They survived a 39-point Luka explosion in a game where Slovenia led most of the way. In the end, Germany's depth wore them down. Luka played on 4 fouls for almost 2 quarters, some key Slovenian guys fouled out, and Germans squeezed through to the semis. In their first ever semi-final, Finland was facing Germany, the same team they lost to in the group stage. Once again, against Germany, Finland managed to compete for just a quarter. The Germans, with their lengthy wings, contained Markkanen really well, keeping him below his tournament averages with just 16 points on 35% shooting. On the other side, it was Franz Wagner and Dennis Schroder who combined for 48 points and pushed Germany to their second final in the last 3 FIBA tournaments. At the same time, Greece was back on the big stage for the first time since 2009, while Turkiye was chasing their first title in 15 years. The semi-final that was supposed to be an epic showdown between the two neighbors, two rivals, the Giannis versus Şengün, turned into a one-sided domination from the Turks. Giannis couldn't do anything against the great Turkish wall inside, Turkiye's perimeter players suffocated Greek guards and forced 22 turnovers, while the X-Factor Osmani had a game of his life, scoring 28 points. Turkiye ran through Greece 94-68 in one of the most dominant semi-final performances ever. Then we got to see who's got more fight left to snatch the bronze medals. And what followed was one of the most chaotic endings to a bronze medal game ever. Greece built a lead that they kept for most of the game, Giannis was dominating, and with 3 minutes 38 to go in the fourth, it seemed like it was all over. Until we saw Finland go for a 20-6 run in those last 3 minutes with a foul versus Valtonen, sending him to shoot 3 free throws and tie the game. He nailed the first 2, and then this happened.
Oh, it's short! We're gonna get it! Oh no, we had it! And they foul!
Greece survived the crazy ending and won their first medals in 16 years, which according to Giannis was his best accomplishment in his whole career. And so the grand final stage between the two undefeated teams, Germany and Turkiye, was set. And oh my, did it deliver. The highest level and intensity drama for 4 quarters. First, Turkiye got ahead early, hitting shots and getting stops with aggressive defense. Then Germany answered with a run of their own, and this back and forth action carried on till the very end. Alperen Şengün was godlike from the post, Franz Wagner was finishing tough layups inside, later Germans were hitting threes in important moments, while Turkiye responded with points from the paint. But when the game was on the line, it was FIBA Dennis Schroder deciding things.
Schroder running out the D, puts it up from the strike! Got it!
2 clutch plays at the end of the game secured the MVP honors for Schroder and the 2nd European championship for Germany.
And Osman avoids, he goes up, he misses. Germany have done it! They have won an absolute battle against Turkiye here at the Arena Riga, facing adversity. Numerous players stepping up in the big moments.
An incredible tournament full of surprises, unstoppable performances from NBA superstars, X Factors, discoveries, and also a final worthy of its name. Now, let me know what's your most memorable moment of the EuroBasket 2025, and what surprised you the most. Drop those thoughts in the comments below. Also, show some love by subscribing and putting your notifications on so you don't miss out on our EuroLeague content, and I'll see you in the next one.